One of the most basic and most accessible ways to do breath work in yoga, or pranayama as it's called in Sanskrit, is to do a count of the breath. And in Sanskrit, there are two different ways to do this. One is called shama vritti, which means equal fluctuations, and the other is Visama vritti, which means not equal fluctuations. So shama vritti, equal fluctuations, would be just doing an equal count, inhale and exhale. So whatever that might be for you, whether it's 4 or 5 or 6. And in general, as we get used to breath work, it's nice to sort of increase those over time. So you might start off with a 3 count, if that's comfortable for you. And over time, you might be able to work up to an 8 count or a 16 count, or whatever feels okay in your body. The Visama vritti is not equal, so that might mean you're doing a 4 count inhale, 6 count exhale, or conversely a 6 count inhale, 4 count exhale, whatever that might look like. So I wanted to go over those in this practice. And I also just wanted to emphasize, as we're getting started with this and with any breathwork practice, it's really important to do this in a way that you're not creating tension in your body, because we're really trying to come to a place of being more centered. So if you are trying to do, say, an 8 count inhale, 8 count exhale, and if it becomes really difficult to do that, if you're feeling dizzy or gasping for breath, or if it feels tough, just pull it back. Pull it back to a 6 count or a 5 count or whatever might work for you. So, so only increase the count as it feels steady and comfortable. There's a concept in yoga from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and it talks about, in Sanskrit, it's sthira sukha asanam, which means steady, comfortable, and asana, posture or sitting or whatever. So whenever we're doing yoga practice, it should be steady and comfortable, and that applies to breath work as well. Just if you can find yourself in a way that you're doing it steadily and comfortably, that's the most important thing. So don't let your ego try to make you do something that's not really available in your body yet. So with all that said, let's get going with this. So just to start off, find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Make sure that you can have a nice arch in your lumbar spine. For many people, that will be sitting on the front of a chair. I'm sitting on a yoga block. You can sit on a cushion, but only sit on the ground if you're not rounding your back like this, because you want your spine to be nice and straight and tall for doing the breath work. So find yourself in a comfortable seat, really rooting down through your sits bones, whether you're on a block or in a chair. Shoulders back and down, just comfortably. You're not pulling the shoulders back and down, but they're just sort of comfortably hanging out in a back and down position. And try to make your spine really tall. We want to create length here. So to get this breathwork practice going, just go ahead and close your eyes. And just try to be present here in your practice. You're taking this time to do this. Try to land on the mat or in your chair or wherever you're at. And just notice your starting point here. Notice what you're coming into this practice with. Notice how you're feeling right now. And see if you can just let go of any unnecessary tension or holding. See if you can just allow your face to relax, your shoulders to relax. So go ahead and start just doing a nice, even inhale and exhale. Try to make your inhale and exhale even, and just really nice, deep inhales. A nice big breath, filling up the abdomen, and the chest is expanding out. And nice complete exhale, maybe light engagement of your stomach as the breath is going in. And to start off with, just see what feels natural for that nice deep inhale and exhale. Try to make them an even count, but just try to find a place that feels natural, and then just take note of what that count is, whether it's a 3 count or 4 counts, 5 count. I imagine for most, just the natural deep inhale and exhale will be somewhere around a 3 or 4 count. So now go ahead and extend your exhale by a count of 1 or 2, just whatever feels comfortable. We're just going to be moving up incrementally here. So if you were doing a 4 count before, now do a 4 count inhale and a 5 or 6 count exhale. So again, as you're doing this, just making sure that you can do it in a steady, comfortable way. If you're feeling like it's creating tension, just pull back a little bit, reduce the counts, but just keep and focusing on doing a nice big inhale, just noticing your breath moving into your body, noticing how that expands your belly out and how your chest rises. And as you exhale, notice how your chest falls, the belly comes in, slight engagement there. And now go ahead and increase the inhale so it's the same count as that extended exhale. So if your exhale was a count of 5, so make them equal again. So back to Shama Vritti, 5 count inhale, 5 count exhale. So on your next inhale, go ahead and increase that by a count of 1 or 2. So it might be a 6 count inhale, 5 count exhale, or a 7 count inhale, 5 count exhale. As you're doing this, try to really focus on breathing in as much air as you get in without creating tension, but just a nice full inhale, and try to do a nice complete exhale as well. There's going to be a little bit of an engagement of your belly, pushing the air out, but no more tension in the body. And just continually think on the inhales about extending your spine, growing taller as you're doing this. Just one more round of those. And again, see if on this next round you can bring it to an equal inhale and exhale. So bring the exhale up to that higher count if it works in your body. If it's getting stressful, just come back to a lower count, whatever that number is, where you can find yourself in a comfortable place. So for me, I'm going to try a 7 count inhale, 7 count exhale. So just one more round with that. And on your next round, just see if you can extend the exhale by 1. This will be the last one that we do. So maybe 7 count inhale, 8 count exhale. Or 5 count and 6 count, whatever is working for you. And after your next complete exhale, just go ahead and come back to an easy breath. Try not to force the breath at all. Just try to let it happen. It's kind of hard to do that as we're breathing if we're noticing the breath, but just try to be present with it. Try to allow it to be at whatever pace it wants to be at. And again, notice where you're at now. Notice how you're feeling after doing that breathwork practice. And notice if you know if it made any difference doing the extended exhale or the extended inhale. And this is a really easy one to practice on your own. So just try to make this your own. And as you do this more, the easier it will be to extend the breath, the more comfortable it'll be in your body. And just try to meditate on the way that it feels in your body when you're extending the exhale or extending the inhale, and just notice the differences in those things. So anyway, there it is for this session, and I will see you in the next one. Namaste.